I can pay like what
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full-flavor cigarettes. Clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it.
Of a king century gone is pretty fascinating. About the world of today. But I get such... But I do like to know more about the world.
Period stands still. The fated carousel of progress that doomed the royalists is itself winding down. Our time is decelerating into what no one knows.
I see. The street sign reads "fuck the police." That's not very helpful. I don't think I'm going in the right direction here necessarily. Who do we have here?
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
You sound surprised.
We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all.
Some questions for you.
What can I help you with?
Why are you exactly?
I am just a gardener.
What are you doing
working.
here? Working on what?
I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done.
Oh.
Well, as you probably know, there's a corpse hanging from a tree there. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to work soon.
Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to inhale.
Okay. What's this fuck the police business?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning. She shifts in her seat awkwardly.
Of course. Where to?
Where exactly is it?
It's there. In the yard, right through the hole in the fence.
Thanks.
No problem. Of course.
So, oh, the hole in the fence is up there. Here is the police car where I can radio stuff in, I guess. Maybe we first look at the corpse before we do that. Maybe we need to quick save before we look at the corpse. So,
this trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags."
I'm looking at your trash container.
The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
How do we get the
could
lock
try
open?
using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea.
Yeah, we probably should talk to manager, but first I guess we need to investigate that corpse. So,
Kuno's got this!
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
That's a bit harsh.
Oh yeah, nappa comfy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him right in the dick! Love it in the dick.
Oh wait, there are two. There are Kuno S and Kuno.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
Stop using slurs at my crime scene. That's not how we're doing.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous, you should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about.
Juicy
I
what
mean
now?
drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Oh.
Yeah, Kuno, ride the lightning, Kuno.
Kuno's riding it, see?
Encyclopedia and aspirin are basically parts of your mind talking to you. So, yeah, sort of, they are also in a way like skills. I'm not sure if I can currently open up my skills, but you have essentially, you have 4 stats, right? And I went with high intellect, and then about medium psych, and then like motorics and physique is pretty bad. I think the maximum would technically be 6, right? And you have some stat points to throw around at the start. And each, like, so you have basically the 4 base stats, and then you have each base stats has a bunch of skills associated with it, and as you level up, well, more experience, you can then further increase the skills. And I think all of those skills sort of lead to sometimes well, a reaction. Sometimes I think especially psych sometimes leads to you talking to yourself and your brain sort of talking to you. And intellect mostly leads to you like noticing things, right? Ah, yeah, okay. No, that's myself talking to me. And some of those have a skill roll, right? Then you can see basically perception or electrochemistry, right? So some of those things triggers.
Rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him, Kuno!
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno is not a gardener.
Look, I have questions for you.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
What do you know about the body?
Shitload, pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno!
What do we want to know? I mean, we want to know if they've seen something.
Pig's choking! He's totally choking!
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
The usual being, have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Or have you seen anything suspicious?
Yeah, so this is my companion, Kim, right? You can see here we saw. And rhetoric means now I've succeeded in a rhetoric skill check. So essentially my mind is sort of just giving me hints on how to do my job. You seen anyone suspicious around?
Just a couple of pigs sniffing
even
around in the
food.
dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno!
Looks like you're a fagari now, whatever that means. The suspicious question doesn't really work in antagonistic situations.
You know who he
Kuno's
was.
fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
So you don't know anything.
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. Trying to make the Kuno sing into the popo phone.
You know how he got
Probably
up there.
climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down.
So he didn't see it happen.
You heard Kuno? Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional.
Okay.
I don't know. Some fucking... Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
And so...
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Yeah, it sounds like that. It's a fictional city name. Night City doesn't
Why
exist.
you gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You haven't been where Kuno's been. You haven't been in Kuno's head.
Well, that's true.
You wanna know where Kuno was? You wanna know what Kuno's been fucking up to?
Yes.
Oh, don't tell him that, Kuno. It's lame.
It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno's city. Night City. Rage City. The City of Rage. That's it. And it's not lame.
Lame.
That's the name of Kuno's city, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about that.
Okay.
It's impossible to deduce what it is about, at least for the moment. If it's important, it'll come up later. Focus on the case.
Lovely voice acting. Oh yeah, the voice acting in this game is pretty amazing.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost.
Do you often play this,
Right,
Jan?
pig? This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it?
I was wondering about the trash
Don't be
container.
wondering about Kuno's shit, pig.
Something might have stashed something in there.
Yes, absolutely. Why the fuck are you telling this shit to Kuno? Yeah,
I
whatever.
don't know.
Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Who is Kuno?
Kuno's Kuno, pig?
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
Interesting. You thought yourself in the third person to distance yourself from the situation.
Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. Don't throw that book shit at Kuno. Kuno knows you're lying. Trying to get Kuno hooked on the book.
Watch out, Kuno. He's trying to fiddle you. He's gonna put his hands on you.
Being behind the fence starts squealing, shouldn't run like a fire alarm.
It's got Kuno. Help. Rape.
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
Okay,
Yeah?
conclude the
Get out of
conversation.
here before the Kuno beats the shit out of you.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. Drag your fat ass out of here, fat boy, before Kuno fucks you.
Bang! Got fucked by the Kuno. We alright? You wanna get fucked again? Come back.
Okay, I got morale damage from that. Interesting. Yeah, we are, I mean, you know. Still alive, I guess.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
Okay, we shall calculate 83% chance we do this.
Maybe more than 12.
Yes.
No. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud.
Go over them one by one.
Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46.
I like how visually you now see all the markers.
2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43.
I see a pattern when
4.
it comes to work boots.
Standard work boot, number 45 or 46.
Which
You
is
don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped.
I'm pretty good at this, aren't
No,
I?
not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms.
I am pretty good at it. So this was the guy dragging the body.
8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How many?
400 million. 8.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
Way off way. The same guys are going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
A heavy one, 200 kilograms.
200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying
Obviously.
the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Yeah. One of them was carrying him over.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
You're thinking, why did they have to carry him?
They could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Maybe the victim wasn't conscious.
Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. What else can you see?
Light step,
A
number
woman
41. Sure.
or a kid?
No way to be
Understood.
sure.
Anything else? Interesting. Let's name it the odd soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
Is that something that drummers have?
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out their right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
Not
We should keep
thoughtfully.
our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Yes. How do you think this
A
tracks
week,
are?
maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
How
I
do you
pulled
know?
last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Okay.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
You think
What
happened?
do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy.
Just a very good cop-up.
The lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself.
Either way. What else?
And now we need to, well, there was an autosave. Maybe I don't need to, I don't know, let's have a quick save. Still climbable. A letter for kids, it won't hurt the weight of a grown man.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath.
Okay,
A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
yeah, I don't have a lot of endurance.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cock's gonna blow, Kuno!
I mean...
The smell
Yes.
is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
Try to walk away.
Too late. It's impossible to keep in. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it. The
Thanks.
hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
Where would I
The
get
young
then?
woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fridge store nearby.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Okay. So, we can also go back inside and get, the key for the dumpster, I think. Or did he survive the revolution? My character doesn't really know much about a revolution anyway, I guess.
Can I help you?
By the way, I'm going to sing karaoke. Trash container aren't back yours.
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
No, it doesn't. Nothing's... Wonder what this
Prod at
feeling
it
is.
and find out.
Does it seem callous to you? Guarding you your leftovers from the poor? I mean... Should I?
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The Whirling in Rags is not special in that regard.
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
You tell me more. Maybe I'm Christmas. I'm no Christmas.
No one was implying you were, officer. Where were we?
We need
What
those
do you need
keys.
them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
I'm not gonna tell him that I'm going to sing karaoke. So what do we have here? Open trash container is a quest. Inspect. Get ammonia from the gardener. Okay. I hope I don't have to, like, convince her, because I don't think I'm very convincing.
Hello again, officer. How are things?
You still have your swords? I think I could use
Sure.
them.
I'm done with them. Go easy
you.
on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
Okay, so... Well, I think we'll start with the dumpster, right?
This trash container is locked. With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Okay, my subconscious is telling me no. What's
Just
this?
a feeling. A warning from some part of you. The
Open the
smell
lid.
of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Look under the
You
boxes.
see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Pick up
Among
the
the
rest.
threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As
Rest
the
them.
legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay.
Okay.
Drop them in here, officer. Guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too, a white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye. A
Reach for
drab,
it.
long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This
Like
is
the
a
shirt.
military type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
I mean, how did they dump it inside the dumpster though when this is usually locked?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that,
Throw no towel and a mug.
We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force. Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Okay.
the lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
Search the
It's
food
just
waste.
organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, what's this? A
What?
blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
Maybe. I don't
It
know.
is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
Must have cramped my style. It's foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin. I didn't want to be a cop anymore. Someone from the whirling threw it in the trash. I don't know. I'm boring. Do not talk about it right now.
Understood.
Should I get the
You
mug
pick
too?
out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron,
An
only
empty.
in its social sensibility.
Take the mug. Item gained.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
The
Okay.
container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all. You said you didn't want to talk about the ledger. However, now that you have it back, it would not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Officially.
Probably a good idea. So wait, should we... Let's throw in another save. And let's have a look at our notes. Hey, the handkerchief is actually worth something. And we have the ammonia. But we have a mug. Hello,
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much.
Quite a lot to read into here, actually. Look at all the
Oh
comments.
boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
This mug is an example of patience. Going to push this into the face of our merchant of fine and tell them this is your... Mug will be used by announcing... Oh god. I don't know. I mean...
But
Sure.
it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? Or do some volunteering work. Just finish your case, detective.
Fair enough. So, that's the thing that we really want
It's
to
the
interact
legend
with.
found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
No, anything
There's a
else?
piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard.
Great.
It's a metaphor for you. Thank you, waterlogged ledger, for spelling it out for us.
Inspect
It's
the...
just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Leave it there. It's... No, take it off.
Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better.
Progress. Inspect the
An
clip.
aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
I like that the kid in the background is still throwing rocks at the dead body.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
What's
What?
this?
That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
What kind of information?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved. How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
How can I
Any
read it?
capable light with the right wavelength will do.
Light.
All RCM vehicles have had lights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
Ah, okay.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
Okay, browse the white
They're not
papers.
exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there
Does that
are
sound-
at least 20, maybe 30 cases. Undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Is 2 cases a week a good case now?
2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
I mean, I've probably made plenty of mistakes. I completed
2?
them.
That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
Burned out, alright.
That's okay. We all do, sooner or later.
Like a fan of girls, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
So we've got the naming
Yes,
convention.
it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Mine are written capital letters too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Uka Parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout.
I see.
It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close. There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
Hey, I can now take notes.
Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete.
Made to paper using the pen I gave you. Oh, nice. I even
The
have a pen.
tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Have you named
No,
our case?
actually. Any ideas?
The Furies are at their home in the mirror. The setting sun shit on his thing. The Hanged Man. Let's go with them.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
You don't
Okay.
exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Can I read the case files now?
It's proving to be harder than expected. You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together. Try again later.
So I wrote a 1 in the 3. That's not very good. It's not very good. Okay, browse
In
the
the
yellow
back, you see
papers.
thin, translucent copier paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
Up to forms,
3.
aren't they?
The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
Okay.
The rest of the stinking
Don't think we need a
cellulose
form
is
right
much
now.
worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper. It's
at the
made of
clipboard.
dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM.
Shake
Something
damage.
rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment?
Mysterious.
Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it. The
Peek
plastic
inside.
shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
How would I
With
open
your
it?
hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board.
28% chance. This is a white check, you may retry it. Oh,
The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned.
I'm good at this.
Like a
Well,
drawer
not
that's come
really,
off
yeah,
its
it's just very good.
slides. The slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just,
Slide the
without
drawer open.
resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Got
2
the ticket
octopuses
stubs.
are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too.
Interesting. Pick up the
Thin
count.
wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue.
Smell
It
it.
smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored.
Okay.
A touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti.
Open it.
Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy.
Wait, am I Harry?
Throw it away, please.
Volition. It will make me happy.
A merciful wind blows in from the bay of Revachol, dusting the ground at your feet and raising newspapers far away. You feel the card slipping into it.
Hold on, read the
Your
card.
hands shake, holding onto it. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you.
Keep reading.
You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of
Oh
your
no,
head.
this is not bad.
Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. Sparks fall like snow from the bow collector. A streetcar distancing. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No. Hold on.
Hold
To
on.
what? There's nothing.
Detective, is everything alright?
Fall sideways. You fall sideways. Did I just kill myself? Hopefully not. Wait.
There is nothing. Again.
Oh. My ancient reptilian brain is talking with me.
Nothing sad, brother. No treachery. Just blackout.
Just lie there, past
Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you. That's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia. That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
Who was
Who
that?
was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water. Slimy.
Look, my limbic system and my ancient brain can still talk to me, so we're fine, right? I was cool, I am cool.
The cool when you're dead, brother.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
Pulse gained, right one. See, I'm not actually dead. That was the something. Where is Voyager
There is
Road?
no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause. Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
No, it was beautiful.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape. Its lack of beauty was not the problem.
Comatose. I mean, I might be slightly passed out, you know. It happens. It happens. Or something about a power connector.
What was that about?
Just lie there motionless.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
What is that? It's
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you. And
It's delicious.
okay.
Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. The
Where am I?
upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket. The air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself, as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink.
See, we are fine.
You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary
Really?
form
Tell
of
me more.
hydration.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened?
Having contact with the burnout ruins of the past.
That does sometimes happen.
Aetam gained ledger of failure and hatred. Oh, my ledger now was renamed.
He replies with such understanding, it's as if the burnt-out ruins of the past were an occupational hazard. Athlete's foot for cops.
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed?
Let's solve this case.
Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
That's so. So I now have... It gives me Inland Empire and Empathy, but minus Authority. So, sure, let's equip that for now. Probably don't need Authority, right? So who put the clothes in the trash? Read the watermarks. But we also need to like investigate the body. So we are currently thinking about the lonesome long way home, but we could also think about the bow collector, right? Temporary research bonuses, -1 authority, -1 hand-eye coordination. Sparks fall out from the bow collector streetcar slowly down the slope. Wait, does this cost me experience? Actually. Oh, I could skill up. What should we skill up, by the way? Yeah, my authority is currently shit because I'm holding that ledger. We could do... I mean, visual calculus is currently what I'm really good at. I mean, should I go with more like endurance and let the word kill you? Also, that's the amount of... I can... Like, if I have 2, I can only put 2 points in it. Is that it, right? So motorics, that means the maximum I could put in skill would be 2. Interesting. Suggestion... Charm man and woman. Is that like... I mean, could be useful to... You know what, mate? Should we just go more visual calculus? If we go more logic. Or empathy. Understand others. Inland Empire. Hunches and gut feeling. Dreams in walking life. Maybe we'll have some hunches. We are... After all. Okay, so this work, right? So now I have 1 point in Inland Empire. Now we can internalize some thoughts, right? We have the white morning. See yourself from above. You've passed on a brutalized foster room floor, even in distance you can see that. Gives me -1 authority. Research time 5 hours. I mean, come on, everything gives me -1 authority. I already have no authority anyway. Surely we won't need authority, right? And I think they're gonna give me a bonus once they're finished. So let's actually investigate that crime scene, right? Also, let's quick save. So I survived so far. I now have the smelling swords, right? So I can... Wait. Full of ammonia. And I like... Don't know how one would use that. Also, I have a thing here for bullets. Not that I have a gun.
There he still is, looking right through you. With his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
+1 has ammonia. It's still not good. But is there like...
There he still is, looking. The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You manage to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Okay. Oh, that failed.
Are you okay, officer?
The weight is reassuring. Like a krenel on solid fortification. Pat, pat, pat.
You're facing tough odds here. It's aggravated further by alcohol withdrawal.
And I keep it in, I've been a cop my whole
I've seen
life.
captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, bag it. Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough.
Okay.
Monday, make sure you bring a handkerchief.
Don't want to do this anymore. Good, without me, I just can't keep it down. That seems like a horrible idea.
No. This is a two-man assignment because it needs 2 officers to complete. I need your help. You need to get your shit together.
Shit is already together. Okay.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet and internalize it for special bonuses and effects.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
So we have volumetric shit compressor. Oh damn it, I would have to unlock... can I like stop focusing on something? What if I stop focusing on that and instead I focus on that? Okay, so those are slots that I need to unlock. I see how it goes. So there is something else we can do in the meantime, I suppose. Like we can radio some stuff in here. We can also look at my ledger here in the lights. You know what, let's give this a hard save.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage. In the
Open the
cabin,
door.
you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
It's an interesting car. How do I turn on the
Alright.
headlights?
Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheat.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage. The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Kinema comes to life with a whiny growl. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just...
Okay.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around
see.
the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Look at the shimmering
The
street grid.
rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kinema's headlights.
Look
A
around
rat
you.
brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry.
Ah, Martinez.
Where are we on this?
Let me see. Right here.
On a segment of a coast jutting out into the great ocean. Seems nice.
No, it does not.
Look at the
There are many of
perforations.
them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Only up to
The
different
first
rows.
row has 18 dots.
I mean, I don't know what I mean, but not bad.
Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means yet. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border. and then some.
Okay.
You count 216 perforations. Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over you. Though you can't say why, precisely.
What's
The
the last
last
row?
row has 3 perforations.
Okay.
That's it.
What do all those holes mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
So how awesome am I?
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
Wait 18 years on this. Like a megaster. I walked the land telling horse and liars of the end to come. Probably some boring office job. Feel like I just went around apologizing all the time. You really think I have any idea?
Fair point. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see... Wow, more than 200.
Gonna be more. 116 to be exact. Is that a
It's
lot?
quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
He's saying I used to be a super cop. I used to be good at some solace, I guess. Yeah. What's the
Right.
last number?
Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
I was expecting a higher number, honestly. So I am a killer.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
But I guess the biggest question is, do I have a cat?
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Yes,
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
How do you handle the
everyone
strain?
has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
I suppose. Yeah, our character had a little bit too much booze.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Like
Oh,
what?
this and that. Let's not get into it now.
Maybe I should find a hobby.
Anything's better than annihilating yourself with drugs and alcohol.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Thanks for
The
this.
lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
Okay. Oh, the map, does this say what? These are found white checks. Ah, I see, I see. So there are certain checks that I can retry that I've failed in the past. Equip and complete the volumetric ship compressor. Yeah, I'm currently doing that, I suppose. So, we are getting somewhere now.